Hello everyone. Welcome once again to the last lecture of week 5 on family and intimate relationship. So in the last two part, the first one it was all about marriage, types of marriage and the variations in marriage. I mean in the name of variations we wanted to see what are the different types of marriage relationship we observe. Like traditionally the pattern of marriage we had, the traditionally the pattern of marriage we had has been altered, has been replaced, has been getting changed in the name of love marriage, in the name of same-sex marriage, in the name of gay marriage, in the name of lesbian marriage, or in the name of without getting married, people are staying together. So that was part one. And part two, it was all about family. So once again, in part two, we had a discussion on what is family, what are the different types of family, why family, importance of family, or we said functions of the family. So this is the last part or part three. It's all about, basically it's all about the development of family or the changes in the family, changing pattern of family or changes in the intimate relationship. So whenever we are saying changes, transformation in the intimate relationship, we wanted to say basically the how does the family and marriage as a social institution, as a techniques, as a method, as a platform of intimate relationship. The traditionally the pattern of marriage, the pattern of intimate relationship, the pattern of family, the pattern of intimate relationship, the functions of the family, the traditionally whatever we had, we do observe nowadays in recent times some changes or transformation in the pattern of intimate relationship, in the functions of intimate relationship, in the functions of marriage, in the functions of family. So what do you mean by that? Basically, this is a part we will focus on mainly why, what are the factors? What are the factors that contribute and that contributing to the changing pattern of intimate relationship like marriage and family? So what do we mean by change? Let me focus on that. As we said in our last two classes, like even if you do not, even if you do not go to the lecture, if you do not, just if you keep aside lecture of last two class, if you just ask yourself, or if I ask yourself, or if you ask your parents, a very simple question: do you find any difference between you and your parents in the context of the way you are thinking to get married, to form family, to start family life? The way you are thinking to get married, to form family, to start family life. What comes in your mind whenever you are thinking about marriage or forming a family, etc., etc.? And the same question ask your parents. How did they do? How did they get married? What is the culture? What is the practice? What is the tradition? And how did they get married? Etc., etc., etc. Definitely, if I ask you the question, do you find any difference in terms of thinking or in terms of forming or in terms of getting married and forming a family between you and your parents? And the answer will be definitely yes, there is. So if I ask you, raise your hand, how many people you are interested to go for settled marriage, arranged marriage? I mean, not you, not your partner, other people like your parents, like your neighbors, like the people of the community. They will decide whether you're going to get married and whom you're going to get married. You are not going to accept it. It's not your problem because the society we are having now is not the same like our parents had or your parents had. So look, so that's what basically we are focusing. We will focus in the name of development of family life or in the name of changes in the family pattern. So this is a chapter. The basic question it could be, whatever in the name of marriage or in the name of family. So like it's not all about like pattern of family. Even if you think about functions. So why do people get married? Maybe one of the basic answer will be to meet up the biological demand. And there are so many people in our society now, They are saying that I don't need to get married to meet up the biological demand or for biological purpose. I don't need to get married because there are some other options. There are some other options without getting married. And there are so many people. What I want to hear? Look, there are so many people. Ask your friends. You will find hundreds of people, and the number of these people increasing. What do you mean by that? Number of the people increasing. Ask your friends. Even ask yourself. Ask the people you have around you. If you ask them, do you want to get married? You'll find so many people around you, among your circle. Even it could be, maybe it could be even you decided not to get married. So question is why? That is the social institution, marriage, one and only way for us in our society, in our religion, in our culture, all over the world. People have, men and women, if they want to stay together, if they want to meet their biological demand, they have to get married. So that is the established social institution like marriage to meet up the biological demand. People like you, people like me, people in the recent, in the modern society, in the postmodern society, in the industrial society, they don't want to get married. Rather, they want something else. And so many people, they think marriage is something like burden, taking responsibility on the shoulder. So these are the things we wanted to say is changing pattern. And same like family. Why should I form family? Why should I have family? It's a burden. It's a responsibility. It's all, I don't want to take responsibility. If I can't stay without forming a family, why should I go for family? So these sort of things, so many questions, all we are discussing in the part 1, divorce, separation, breakup. The divorce is increasing. Even the number of living together, even in this city, even in your country, although we can't even, we do not start disclosing. But who knows, after 50 years, I can tell you, the things are not going to be same like today. So now I am not disclosing, but there are hundreds of people, they are staying together, they are living together without getting married. It means they are not carrying the social, cultural, or religious values. So that's what we wanted to say, changes. And same thing is happening in terms of family. For example, we had extended family. We had a culture of extended family. We had a culture of joint family, staying together, people from different generations. And that is decreasing. The number of small family, nuclear family is increasing. That's what we wanted to say, changes in the pattern of intimate relationship. Even in the functions. So look, what do you mean by that? As I said already, people already thought to take, people already started to take biological functions, meeting up biological function, biological demand through other way other than getting married and family. As well as the traditional functions of the family is changing. If you think, if I give you for example, and I said I am dependent, you are dependent, I was dependent, you are dependent on your parents, and it is their social, cultural responsibility, traditional responsibility to look after the dependent children like you and I was, and like me. And when my parents will become older, it is me or it is you are supposed to look after your parents. But things are getting changed. How? You know, there is something in the city, in our country, like old home. Ask yourself, who are the people living in old home? The old people. Who are the old people? My parents, your neighbor parents, or parents of someone else. So this is something, is, you know what? This is something changes, transformation in the functions of the family. Me as a son, when my parents will become elder, it's my responsibility as son and daughter, as children, to look after them. But nowadays, we are not looking after them. We are putting them, we are leaving them, we are allowing them, we are pushing them, or we are asking them to stay in the old home. It means functions of the family. I am supposed to, I was supposed to look after my family, my elderly parents. I am not doing it. Rather, I am leaving them I am asking them to stay in a old home, even changes in the family, in the changes we observe in the functions of the family, as I said. And think at the same time, what is the functions of the daycare center? What is the functions of the daycare center? Daycare center is a place for small kids of other people is being looked after by some other people. So look, so that's what basically all together we wanted to say. It's not only biological, it's not only like traditional, so all the way together. Pattern of intimate relationship in the name of marriage and family is getting changed and transformed. So the first question you may have, or I'm asking, why? What are the factors? So very simple argument, one of the very simple argument. It is like the pattern of family all over the world are getting changed because we are in a global society. So what do you mean by we are in a global society? What do you mean by we're in a global village? I mean the cultural changes or religious cultural values or religious values between or among country or society, it all about globalized. So I was used to know something. I was used to know, and I knew the time I was in college going Western culture, European culture, American culture. So nowadays, because of the global world, because of the connection, because of globalization, nothing is like as an Western world or as an Western culture or American culture, because we are in a global world and all the cultures are common, becoming common. So what are the factors behind the changes in the socio-cultural values? And what are the factors? If someone asks me what factors that contributes to change the pattern of family and marriage, I will say one of the factors behind change is Western culture. Whatever we are used to Western, it's spread of Western culture. So all the American or Western culture is becoming common culture because of globalization. So it's spread of whatever we are used to say, living together. Just imagine people in our society, there are hundreds of people. Doesn't matter they disclose. There are hundreds of people, thousands of people in your city. They are staying together without getting married in the name of living together, in the name of mating. It is we had a like sort of culture that is Western, that is haram. We can't take it. But nowadays we are taking it because we are in a global world. So one of the factors behind the changes, behind the development of, behind the change of family pattern and marriage is like spread of Western culture or globalization or global world or this and that. So other than that, there are some other also the social policy taken by the government, policy taken by the state, and this and that. How do the policy we have, the policy people are having, as well as at the same time globalization created an opportunity for migration. The process of migration for job, for workplace, it's like open for everyone. So the people, whenever I'm in Bangladesh, I'm maintaining one type of pattern of intimate relationship. Whenever I'm migrating when you migrate yourself from Bangladesh to America, you may get involved, you may get adjust with the culture of that particular society. So broadly, we can say globalization. In other way, it is network society, community. Connectivity, common culture all over the world, is spread of Western culture, whatever you do call. You can say the policy of the government or globalization made an opportunity for open migration of the people for education, for higher education, or for job. So all those things factors. So other than this, sorry, other than this, what is the another factor? So in sociology, we wanted to say basically the migration is not only migration, it's also, in other we say geographical mobility. So as a result of geographical mobility for work, for job, for education, we observe changes in the family, change in the pattern of marriage. So look, even the education, education of what? Even the education could be a factor. The reason I'm telling you that, like advancement of technology. So whatever as a result of advancement of technology, result of migration, geographical mobility for work or job or education, all those things together, empowerment, even empowerment of women. more women are getting involved with education, more women are getting involved with job and etc. etc. So traditionally, the role of my mother, role of your mother, role of your grandmother is going to be different, and it is definitely different than the role of my wife. So what makes the difference in their role and responsibility and functions? It is development. Whatever you do call advancement of technology, education, empowerment, individualism, freedom. All together, all those things created an opportunity. As a result, the extended family we had, the bond, the close tie, the solid tie in the name of extended, in the name of joint, the solid tie, one and only socially, culturally, religiously recognized pattern to stay together marriage. Things are getting changed. Things are getting flexible. Because of what? Industrialization. Because of what? Geographical mobility. Because of what? Because of open market. Because of what? Because of connectivity. So all those things. What is the in the name of modern society, in the name of modernity, we got a society and where the bond is fragile. The bond, the tie between and among the people, even within the family, it became fragile. What makes the relationship? It becomes liquid. It's not solid. So the relationship in the name of marriage or family, in the name of extended family, in the name of caring the dependent, has become fragile, flexible, liquid. How? In the name of old home. I am not looking after my parents anymore. You are not looking after your parents as my parents did for my grandparents. Why? And you can say, look, I'm not staying here. I'm because of my career, I'm going to America. So how can I take my parents in America? Or I'm in Dhaka. I have lots of responsibility. I'm busy with my career. Every day I'm leaving my house in the morning. I'm coming back late night. So whatever, in the name of career, in the name of education, in the name of globalization, in the name of connectivity, in the name of development, whatever it is, end of the day, pattern of intimate relationship, pattern of marriage, pattern of family is becoming flexible and became fragile, and will become more fragile. In terms of bond, if you see it became fragile. So the reason I am putting my parents, people are leaving their parents in the old home. You know why? Because I don't have time to look after my parents. You may say that. Or I'm busy with my job. Or the food I like. Even in terms of food habit. Even some people will say, look, I don't have time to look after my parents. Even the food I like, my parents doesn't like. So all those things together, even my wife have no time to look after them. And my wife will say, I have my life, I have my career. It's not my one and only job to look after, to stay in my house. And so things are getting changed. As a result, pattern of intimate relationship, it changes. And we are saying that it became fragile, it became liquid, it's not solid anymore. The bond is very light, and we have no connection. And also we are in a network society where connection, connectivity, technology, all those things are more important. And we people are relying on technology to develop a relationship more than our family members. So look, the social media. Just imagine you have a Facebook and you have hundreds of friends, or to some extent we have thousands of friends. How come I have thousands of friends? Who makes it possible? It is the technology. So the technology made a platform in the name of social media, like for example Facebook. I have hundreds of friends, thousands of friends. Let's say for example I have almost 5,000 friends in my Facebook. If you ask me to answer honestly, or whatever the friends you have in your Facebook, if I ask you, answer me honestly. Do you all have good friendship, true friendship with the people you have in your Facebook friend list? The answer is going to be no. Do you trust all of them? Do you care all of them? Do you have a relation? Do you have like a cooperation and coordination with him or her? Do you have an understanding? All the answer is going to be no. But we have friendship, and social media, virtual world is a platform that is an opportunity for us to establish connection or relationship with the people from the different corner of the world. So technology, social media created an opportunity that was absolutely absent in my parents' time, in the previous time. In modern time, we have that. So look, so we are making friendship without trust. Friendship, you may have one or two, four or five best friend. I know we everyone have some best friend. Just imagine, close your eyes, then imagine the best friend, the relationship you have with your best friend. How is that? And the friends you have in Facebook, what is the difference? You will see gulf of difference, big difference, difference of thousands of miles of difference, whatever. So look, but they are my friend. But the friends I have in Facebook, the friends I have in social media is totally different than friends I have as my best friend from my school life, from my college life. And the same thing is happening everywhere in terms of marriage. People are having extramarital relation with other people, and how they're becoming connected using the social media. So all those factors, globalization, network, connectivity, job opportunity, education, global geographical mobility, migration, in the modern world, in the postmodern world, we are in a society, we have so many things. There are so many factors, industrialization, that created, that changing, that contribute to change the pattern of intimate relationship, even like marriage and family. The divorce is increasing. Why? The family is becoming nuclear. Why? Even the family is becoming single father family, single mother family. Why? It's all about in modern society and the modernity, technology, all those things together. So that's all about the chapter and the last part, the changing or changes or transformation or changing pattern, whatever. In the pattern of changing pattern in intimate relationship, that's what we said, marriage and family. So whenever we are saying changes, we do not mean only changes in types. We wanted to say changes in the functions as well, changes in the pattern as well. So that's all about this chapter. See you soon, inshallah. Till then, Allah Hafiz and Assalamu alaikum.